what I did on my Kurzweil summer vacation.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been using Kurzweil keyboard since 1812. Around there, no, 1984 or 5, 1984 or 5. The big 250, was that it? We used to have a special truck to help us, a crew of 80 to lift it. And we loved it, actually. Michael Kamen, remember Michael?
Yes.
Michael Kamen used to love that keyboard, and we used to use that with him. Then the K2000 came out, and we've been using K2000 technology ever since then, consistently, exclusively. All of the live shows with Pink Floyd have been just with K2000 technology, up to the present with Roger on the Wall Tour, just using Kurzweils. Just 2 or 3 of them, that's it. So if you ever see keyboard players playing with more than 1 or 2 keyboards, they must be cheating because you don't need them. What else do you want to know?
Well, why Kurzweil? Let's start with
Oh, okay, so originally I was looking for a keyboard that did kind of everything that I wanted to do at that particular time. So I wanted something that was good at synthesis and sampling and effects, and something that I wouldn't get sick of quickly. So when the K2000 came out and the vast technology was introduced, I realized, just getting into it slowly, because I never read the manual, that it was going to be a lifelong thing, because it's like you're always discovering new stuff between the happy accidents and specifically wanting to do things on it. It's very intuitively laid out, but it's also, you can go real deep if you want to go deep. And when I program these sounds for the Floyd stuff, I'm just picturing the synthesizer that I used to use and how it operates, how many oscillators it has, how many filters, the whole thing. So I brought to it my knowledge of the original synths, but in my head I'm programming that synth, and I just apply it to the vast technology. So if it's a mini Moog, I know I'm not going to have velocity sensitivity, and it only has 3 oscillators, and it has a certain type of filter and all that kind of stuff. And it's the same with a Prophet, and you picture it in your head. So it's fantastic for that, and then being able to import samples from the master tapes, which is very helpful. Lately, we've been doing more of that because we've had access to master tapes in ways that we didn't in the 80s, because of all the remastering and the remixing that James Guthrie's done. It's freed up a lot of the sample data that he throws at me. So instead of trying to mock something up, in a lot of cases, I'll sample it and mutate it and turn it into something else. And it's brilliant for that. It's sort of everything for me in one box.
Do you use the setup capabilities much at all, or just program?
Never. I've never used it ever. No, I just use program mode. And see, that's another thing, maybe on the next tour, is that I just split the keyboard up if I need to. I find the splits work fine. Yeah. Why, do you like?
Well, we just provide a lot of different capabilities for a lot of different uses. So yeah, we have so many layers in program mode that you can just do what you need to do in program mode, right?
Yeah, but usually there's no more than a few elements operating at once. So I think most of the best records are like that. I mean, maybe in the 80s they were stacking a lot of elements at once. But no, for a lot of these Floyd albums, you might have a Hammond, a basic keyboard of some type, and then synthesizers on top with effects superimposed on that. I just haven't had any use for it yet.
So a lot of the stuff you're talking about is sort of mechanical, if you will. Like it does the job that you need it to do. But what about sort of the musicality of it? Does it meet your needs?
The sound,
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's like a blank canvas. I tend not to use much stock sound only because they wouldn't apply to the specifics that I need for the job. Now, with some of the ROM blocks, like with the Fender Rhodes and that kind of stuff, they're nicer than anything that I could sample, so I'm using that. But for me, it's just a gigantic blank canvas to paint with. And the reason I don't use the stock sounds is only because, if you're going for a particular sound, you just want to, I like to create it from scratch. It's fun for me to do.